friends, my name is Purvi and welcome to Candidly with Purvi, my YouTube channel wherein I'm going to share a lot of travel tips, itineraries and everything that you need to know before planning your trips. And I will mostly be sharing my personal experience that I've gathered from my trips to any of these countries. Today we are going to talk about Koh Phangan, Thailand, which is largely known for its full moon parties. But having visited that place, I feel like there's so much more that place has to offer, and which is why today we're going to talk about everything that you need to know about Koh Phangan, which is not just about full moon parties. And let's dive right into it. First things first, we'll talk about how to get to the island. Now, Koh Phangan does not have its own airport, and which is why you'll have to pick between the two nearest airports. One is Surat Thani and the other one is Koh Samui. And from there, you can get on a ferry. From Surat Thani, you can take a bus or a taxi to Donsak Pier, where you'll catch a ferry to Koh Phangan. And the combined cost of the ferry and the bus is around 1500 to 2200 INR. And from Koh Samui, you can take a direct ferry to Koh Phangan, which costs around 750 to 1200 INR. And ferries run very frequently, so that should not be a problem. Once you've arrived at Masala Pier, which is the pier at Koh Phangan, you're just a very short ride away from your accommodation. Okay, so where to stay in Koh Phangan? Now, Koh Phangan is a small island. It has places to stay across the periphery of the island. But the beach where the party happens, the full moon party happens, is the Hadrin beach. And if you are going to the party, then you make sure that you're staying very close to the party beach, because you are going to come back home in whatever state, because the party goes on for the entire night. So you don't want to get into the hassle of taking a scooty or taking the ferry back to your hotel wherever you're staying. So we made sure that we stayed very close to the Hadrin beach. We stayed at Neptune's villa. I'm going to put the link in the description. And it is not a very expensive hotel. It costed us about 3,000 to 4,000 rupees, but the cost could go up to 7,000 if you're booking it very close to the date of the party. So you need to book it much in advance. And the rooms are very nice. It had a private beach access, and it was only about 800 meters away from the Hadrin beach. So you get to walk throughout the alley that heads to the beach, and it is very, very beautifully lit during the party. So make sure you stay closer to the Hadrin beach. And a 2-day stay in the island is fine, so you do not need to worry about changing hotels. Both the days you can stay in the same hotel. Also, if you're traveling on a budget, then there are many budget-friendly options like hostels and guest houses that you could get for as low as 750 rupees per night. And for those who are seeking luxury and high-end options, then there are also a lot of good resorts which would cost you about 5,000 to, it could go up to as high as 20,000 per night. So if you choose what kind of a travel that you're going to be doing, and according to your budget, you can find multiple stay options. We booked our hotel via bookings.com, but you could also pick Make My Trip or find out hostels through specific websites that offer listing of hostels in. Next is food, the most exciting part, and also something that we struggled a lot during our trip. So we were staying at Hadrin, and around Hadrin there are not too many Indian vegetarian options. There was one very small dhaba of sorts that we found. The food was okay, but there weren't too many options. However, the day that you're going towards the western coast, which I'm going to come to later in the video, you will have a lot of food options, Indian food options. One of them is Chana Masala. It had amazing Indian food, and it wasn't very expensive as well. We had our food both the days from the same place. However, when you're going to the western coast, then there are a lot of other seafood options, a lot of non-vegetarian options. There are a lot of cafes that have opened up recently because the place is also picking up commercially, so you will not have a problem in terms of food. Just do your research, read up. There are a lot of articles. I'm going to list down a few in the description for your ease, and that's how you should be able to navigate the food options around. best way to explore Koh Phangan is by a scooty. It is very very simple to rent a scooty, and it's very very cost effective as well. It would cost you about 300 to 500 rupees for a day, excluding fuel, which you will have to get. But it's the most cheapest option that you can get. Just make sure that you wear your helmet and drive safely, as the roads can be very very steep at some parts, because it's an island. It has different terrains throughout, but the ride throughout the island is very very pretty. There are also taxis and song tours, which are shared pickup trucks that are also available, but they can be more expensive and less convenient than having your own scooter. Now, the part that you actually opened this video for. What is it that you can do in Koh Phangan which is beyond the full moon party? So like I mentioned in the start of the video, it has some beautiful beaches, so you cannot miss the sunsets in Koh Phangan. Some of the places that you can see the sunsets is Amsterdam Bar. There is the 360 rooftop bar. There is Blue Rama, which is another place that you can experience the sunset from. And in terms of beaches, you have a Zen beach, which is on all of these are on the western coast of the island. So there is Zen beach, there's Mehad, there is Secret beach, and all of these. This is all for all the naughty Indian audiences. All of these beaches have a small nude beach adjacent to it, so that you could just walk, but make sure you do not create any ruckus, because a lot of these beaches just have a lot of local people who are coming there to relax and unwind, and they do not want any nuisance created by any travelers across the island, right? So these are some of the things that you can do for sure. Other activities that you can do is snorkeling and diving, especially around the coral reefs near Mehad. Mehad is the intersection of one of the corners of the island. It's very very pretty. For hiking enthusiasts, there are trails that you can that leads to very beautiful viewpoints and waterfalls like Phangan waterfall. You cannot miss the local markets. The night local market is where you can get the souvenirs from, a lot of local food, handicrafts, and you can actually get a very very wide variety of experience. That's it, and we've come to the end of the video. So Koh Phangan in a nutshell has everything for everyone to offer, from peace in all of these beaches to a lot of extravagant parties and overnight parties that you can explore throughout the island. So I hope I was able to help you in planning your trip to Koh Phangan next. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button, the bell icon to subscribe, and make sure you share it with anybody who is traveling to Koh Phangan or to any place in Thailand. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and if you have any more queries, please do not hesitate to put your questions in the comment section below, and I'll make sure that I'll respond to each of those comments. And also, if it is an elaborate discussion, then I could even make a video for it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.